before you slip into another pair of skinny jeans and convince yourself it's the only option. Pause. Because today, we're about to reveal a quiet revolution in style, led by women over 60 who are redefining elegance with one unexpected piece. Wide leg pants. Yes, those wide pants that you might have once thought were too much fabric or too trendy. Well, not anymore. Welcome back to Healthwise for Seniors, where we believe elegance isn't about trends or age, it's about intention. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, because this channel is your sanctuary for timeless style, graceful living, and bold confidence after 60. Now, let's address the elephant in the closet. Some say wide pants drown petite women. Others believe they're only for tall runway models. But what if I told you the exact opposite is true? That when styled with care, wide leg pants can instantly make you appear taller, leaner, and infinitely more polished. They elongate the legs, balance the proportions, and here's the best part, they're comfortable. Because let's be honest, after 60, we're not dressing to impress anyone. We're dressing to feel free, to move with ease, and to walk with presence. So, before we dive into the 5 wide pants every elegant woman over 60 should try, do me a quick favor. Like this video, share it with a friend who deserves to feel stunning, and subscribe for more honest, beautiful fashion guidance tailored just for you. Ready to stop squeezing into pants that don't love you back, and start embracing the elegance? For women over 60, proportion is not just about symmetry, it's about self-respect. When your outfit is proportioned well, it communicates grace before you even speak. It draws the eye to where you want attention, and it softens where you want space. That's elegance in motion, not flashy, but quietly commanding. As we age, our bodies shift in ways that often make us rethink what balance truly means. The waistline may soften, the bust line might lower, shoulders may slope more gently. And yet, in all of these transitions, our sense of proportion can either highlight our beauty or accidentally blur it. Here's the key. Proportion doesn't mean thin. It means harmony. A common mistake is wearing oversized pieces on both top and bottom, which can overwhelm a petite frame and make you disappear into your clothes. Equally risky is going too tight, especially when chasing youthful silhouettes. This can unintentionally emphasize areas we'd rather soften. Instead, think of proportion as a conversation between garments. If your pants are wide leg, choose a top that hugs closer to the body or stops at the waist. If your blouse is flowing and romantic, ground it with straight or tapered trousers. For dresses, a subtle A-line that skims the hips while defining the waist with a belt or gathering can do wonders. One timeless trick: the rule of thirds. Rather than splitting your body in half with tops and bottoms of equal length, aim for 1:2 or 2:1 visual ratio. For example, a cropped jacket over a longer blouse with slim trousers gives a flattering vertical line and elongates the legs naturally. Let's not forget the transformative power of a structured shoulder seam or a clean neckline. These little architectural moments in a garment can completely shift how the eye moves, lifting your frame, adding presence, and giving clarity to your overall look. Proportion is what makes an outfit feel right, not just on your body, but in your energy. And when proportion is done well, even the simplest cotton blouse and linen pants can make you look like you stepped off the pages of a quiet luxury editorial. It's not about perfection. It's about intention. It's not about chasing youth. It's about owning your now with grace, awareness, and a silhouette that reflects the beauty of your evolution. At a certain stage in life, true elegance no longer needs to shout. It no longer craves sequins to sparkle, nor stiff silhouettes to command attention. Instead, elegance leans into softness, into fabrics that whisper, not scream. These are the materials that glide instead of cling, that breathe with your skin, and that move with a quiet kind of confidence. Think of fabric as your second language. Even before people notice the color of your outfit or the shape of your silhouette, they feel the texture, visually and emotionally. A stiff polyester may speak of practicality, but it rarely whispers grace. Meanwhile, a soft cashmere sleeve, a linen blouse caught in the breeze, or a draping silk blend speaks of ease, care, and timeless beauty. For women over 60, the goal is no longer just to look good, but to feel good in motion. And that begins with fabrics that respect the rhythm of your body. Here are the whispers we love. Linen, light, natural, and slightly wrinkled in the most poetic way. It tells a story of afternoons spent in sunlit kitchens or walking barefoot on coastal terraces. Linen never tries too hard. It simply is. Modal and bamboo blends, these sustainable fabrics are impossibly soft, breathable, and gentle on the skin, perfect for tops, dresses, and flowing loungewear. They drape like water, not foam, and that's the difference. Silk or silk blends for evenings when you want to feel like you're gliding rather than walking. A silk blouse doesn't scream for attention, yet always earns it. Soft cotton poplin, crisp yet kind, this is the go-to for structured shirts that don't suffocate. Especially when slightly oversized, cotton poplin can give you the presence of a blazer with the comfort of a tee. Wool crepe and pont knits. For cooler seasons, these materials add weight without bulk. They shape without clinging, and they maintain form without demanding it. They say, she knows what she's doing. Avoid materials that make noise, both literally and metaphorically. Noisy synthetics, stiff satins, plasticky finishes. These scream discomfort. They wrinkle in the wrong places, trap heat, or pull across the body in unflattering ways. They may sparkle under store lights, but they don't age well in movement or memory. Fabric is not just function, it's emotional memory. We all have that one blouse that reminds us of freedom, or that dress that instantly lifts our spirit because it feels like air on the skin. That's the language of textiles. Quiet, personal, profound. And the older we get, the more we deserve fabrics that wrap us in kindness, not just for comfort, but for dignity. In a world that often praises the loudest patterns and the boldest hues, there's something quietly rebellious about choosing neutrals. For women over 60, neutrals aren't just safe, they are sophisticated. They are the colors that don't need to fight for attention because they've already earned respect. Neutrals are not bland, they are the architecture of elegance. Ivory, taupe, dove gray, soft camel, mocha brown, navy, these shades create the canvas where confidence comes alive. Unlike trend-based brights that come and go with the seasons, neutrals offer longevity. They are your visual signature, aging gracefully just like you. Let's begin with ivory and off-white. These hues soften the face, reflect light onto the skin, and pair effortlessly with gold jewelry or natural textures. An ivory blouse with a linen wide-leg pant instantly speaks effortless polish. Camel and sand beige carry warmth, grounding your look with earthy grace. They work beautifully in knits, coats, or tailored pants, subtle yet stately. Picture a sand-colored trench coat over a soft white shirt. It doesn't scream wealth, it whispers legacy. Then comes dove gray, modern, intelligent, and understated. A gray cashmere sweater with pearl earrings. That's power without noise. And don't underestimate deep navy. It's the neutral that flatters almost every skin tone. Navy replaces black with softness but keeps the same strength. A navy blazer can go from day to night, from brunch to boardroom. It's ageless. The magic of neutrals lies in how they interact, not just with each other but with you. When layered right, they add dimension without confusion. A monochromatic taupe outfit, for example, feels like a soft whisper of taste. Add a small contrast, a white belt, a caramel bag, and suddenly you've created poetry through restraint. Texture becomes your best friend. In neutral dressing, details matter. The grain of linen, the drape of silk, the weave of a cotton knit. A beige dress becomes remarkable when it moves like water. A simple gray top feels luxe when it's ribbed or wrapped. Neutrals elevate because they don't chase attention. They invite it quietly, gracefully, confidently. They also serve your wardrobe with unmatched versatility. A capsule of just 5-6 well-chosen neutral pieces can create dozens of elegant combinations. They travel well. They transition between seasons, and they age beautifully. In fashion, neutrals are your pause button. They slow down the visual noise of life and let your presence rise to the surface. Not the print, not the sparkle. You. Because elegance after 60 isn't about being seen more, it's about being remembered longer. In the world of style, the smallest elements often have the biggest voice. For women over 60, where every garment is chosen with intention and experience, the beauty lies not in extravagance, but in refinement. Elegance, after all, isn't about doing more. It's about doing just enough with grace. Let's start with stitching. The difference between average and elevated can often be traced to a single seam, a well-tailored dart that flatters your waist, a subtle pleat that adds movement, a hidden zipper that keeps the silhouette uninterrupted. These small design decisions quietly say this was made with care. Buttons are another silent storyteller. Plastic blends into the background, but a brushed brass button, a mother-of-pearl disc, or a tortoiseshell accent, they speak of discernment. A simple linen blouse, when fastened with quality buttons, transforms from everyday to exceptional. And a blazer with covered buttons in matching fabric, that's couture without the label. Then comes the hemline, often overlooked, yet deeply telling. For wide-leg trousers, a perfectly grazing hem that stops just above the ankle elongates the leg. For skirts, a clean A-line that floats right at the midcalf brings movement without bulk. And for tops, a curved high-low hem adds softness while flattering the hips. Sleeves hold unexpected power. A 3/4 length sleeve reveals the wrist, one of the most graceful parts of the body. Add a delicate bracelet or watch, and suddenly you've created an intentional focal point. Cap sleeves, bishop sleeves, soft bell cuffs, they each carry a mood, a gesture, a whisper of femininity. Pockets, too, make a quiet statement. Functional, yes, but also design-forward. A side pocket that doesn't bulge. A chest pocket sewn into silk without breaking the drape. Or invisible pockets that give freedom without adding volume. They're not about carrying things, they're about confidence in how you hold yourself. And let's not forget hardware. Zippers, clasps, belt buckles, these are jewelry in disguise. When they're matte, minimal, and well-placed, they support the outfit without overpowering it. A gold-toned zipper on a navy trouser. A satin-finished belt buckle resting at the natural waist. These are choices that age with style. Even the way fabric meets skin matters. A neckline that grazes the collarbone. A seam that falls exactly where your shoulder curves. A waistband that doesn't dig but supports. These aren't trends. They're touchpoints of comfort, dignity, and self-respect. In your 60s and beyond, you've earned the right to slow fashion down, to consider the feel of every fabric, the placement of every line, the purpose of every embellishment. Because now, every detail carries weight. It says something about how you see yourself and how you invite the world to see you. The truth, details are not decorative, they're emotional. They affect how you walk, how you stand, how you smile at your reflection. And when chosen with care, they become quiet rituals of self-worth. You don't need an entire wardrobe of designer labels to look extraordinary. You just need to care about the small things, because the small things know how to care for you in return. Accessories aren't extras. They're punctuation marks in the story your outfit is telling. And after 60, the story gets richer, full of nuance, grace, and intention. The right accessory doesn't scream, it whispers in perfect harmony with the rest of you. It doesn't demand attention, it earns it. Let's start with earrings. A simple pearl stud brings timeless sophistication. A delicate drop earring draws attention to your neckline with quiet allure. You no longer need oversized, glittery pieces to make a statement. You are the statement. Your earrings are just an exclamation point of poise. Necklaces aren't just about filling space. They frame your face. A soft gold chain that sits above the collarbone can make your skin glow subtly. A pendant with a story, perhaps from your travels or gifted by someone dear, becomes more than a decoration. It becomes a memory worn close to the heart. Then comes the scarf, the most underestimated tool in your wardrobe. A lightweight silk scarf tied loosely at the neck evokes Parisian elegance. Draped over one shoulder, it adds movement and mystery. Chosen in hues that flatter your skin tone, like soft ivory, muted rose, or warm mocha, a scarf can elevate even the simplest white blouse. Belts define more than just a waistline. They define intention. A narrow belt in tan leather cinching a flowy dress. A statement buckle worn over a monochrome outfit. It's not about holding your clothes up. It's about holding your confidence in place. Sunglasses, they do more than block the sun. They frame your confidence. Choose ones that echo your personality, tortoiseshell for the intellectual, sleek black for the minimalist, or soft rose frames for the quietly bold. The right pair makes you walk taller, even on a cloudy day. Bags deserve a category of their own. At this stage, you don't need 10 handbags, you need the right 3. A structured tote for errands and elegance. A soft crossbody for everyday ease. A small, polished clutch for evenings that still sparkle. Look for quality, not trend. Stitching, leather finish, the sound of the clasp when it clicks shut. These are the quiet luxuries that speak volumes. Watches? Oh yes, a watch is not just to tell time. It shows you value it. A classic dial with a leather strap. A dainty gold bracelet watch. Something that glances out from under your sleeve and says, I'm right where I need to be. Even shoes are accessories with a voice. A low block heel in nude elongates the leg. A pointed flat says, I'm graceful but grounded. And a well-worn loafer, polished, not flashy, tells the world you're steady, smart, and know your path. Accessories are not about excess. They are about emphasis. Each one should add, never distract. In your 60s, you already shine. The right accessory is simply the soft light that follows you around the room. It's no longer about matching every piece perfectly. It's about curating a feeling, effortless, elegant, and deeply personal. A vintage brooch on a modern blazer. A silk hair tie that holds stories from your youth. A ring you wear not